All right, we are going to do a green dragon today, metallic iridescent green dragon. And the look that I'm looking for is to go for like a hummingbird, that iridescent look on the feathers. This is the little dragon that we're going to do. His name is Sorrowful. I've sculpted by hand a version of him, and then I went back in and sculpted in the computer digitally, and this is the digital version. And I'm rather pleased with him as how he came out. So the very first thing that we want to do, we want to put on navy blue. It's a dark blue. So that's what we're going to start with. Even though that we're going to end up with a green dragon, we want to have this blue undertone. And we're going to even use some metallic blue for that purpose. So let's just get him painted. And I'm just going to go as fast as I can. There's no rhyme or reason to this. You definitely want to drive it into all of the crevices. This is a coat that should cover everything equally. We're not trying to dry brush here. We're trying to get it in as effectively as possible. So let's get underneath the wings and the crevices there. Everywhere that you can get the paint to go. I'm using a brush that I've cut off, so it's rather bristly. Let's see, what is this? This is, somebody gave this to me. This is a number 9 linear Princeton Heritage. Probably cost a fortune when I bought it. But I cut it off. It was used already, and then for my purposes, I want a nice bristly brush. So I trimmed it up. Took a pair of scissors. You can see how rough it looks. Paint everywhere. Drive it into the scales. There's lots of depth here. I guess I should probably cover my Lazy Susan. Let's do that before we get it all mired up with lots of paint. Plus that'll make it easier to see, right? I hope that's plenty clear. Yeah, it is. Okay. You can see I got a bunch of these to paint, but what I do is I would paint all of these with this one color, just hopping from one to the next, and then go on to the next color. That way I get a little bit more speed and makes it a little bit more profitable for me, but a little bit more boring. Right now I'm just trying to show you how to do this, or how I do it. You can come up with your own scheme if you want. I'm just going to cover everything here. You can see that this guy, he's printed, 3D printed, so I printed him hollow. And there's a lattice work inside to add strength. I am definitely fascinated with 3D printing at this point. It is so very cool what can be done with 3D printing and sculpting. I didn't find sculpting in the computer all that amusing until I was able to 3D print it out. And then it suddenly became very, very intriguing to me. And I've had a blast with it this past year. Now, one thing I noticed about 3D printing and these little sculpts is that there's a great deal more detail that can be achieved, and that kind of slows down the painting process, because the more detail you have, the more you have to take time to paint it. So there is that. All right, we're going to switch to the next paint color, which is the dazzling metallic ice blue. And I keep them in these. Oops, drop it. Sorry about that. Okay, so this is not quite dry yet. That coat of navy blue usually takes a little longer to dry. And so we're going to use the hair dryer to speed up the process a little bit. It's still a little bit wet, but I think it'll be okay. Yeah, that's going to be fine. We'll just kind of smear it out a little bit more. By the time we get over to it, it'll be fine. All right, so on with the dazzling metallic ice blue is the next color. And again, this one, we're not going to be wanting to put it down too heavy, but you know, you're going to cover it. Let some of that navy blue affect it. Again, as you look at a hummingbird or something like that, and you look at the iridescent colors on them, that's what we're going for. So there are a multitude of colors that can be seen. First you look at it and you think, oh, that's black. No, it's like a shiny black. No, it's got lots of colors in it. It's really beautiful. And that's what we want for our little dragon here, because he's a special kind of little animal. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just gonna putting on that metallic blue. He's got quite a wrinkly little face, little sad eyes, and kind of a smile that's a frown, maybe. He is sorrowful. And we'll come back and get the horns later. We'll color probably black on those. But if you think they need to be some other color, then you can do that too. Again, this is my interpretation of what the little dragon should look like. And I know there's a lot of people out there that like these iridescent colors and want to be able to repeat something close to it. So This is how I do it. If I come up with a better way, then great. Alright, so now we got the blue on. Let's go to a special mixture of purple. Let's see. Is that the color I want? Nope, that's solid. There it is. So this color is a combination of, I need to order more of this, of Liquitex dioxine purple, and I put about half of that down in, and then half of this, which is Anita's all-purpose metallic amethyst, and it makes a very pretty color. And so what we're going to do with this is we're going to cover just the accent areas. Let's see, where would that be? Let's go on to the tip of the wings. Let's cover that. Let's bleed that up on in there a little bit. And the other wing. Okay, and then down the spine here. Here we go, all the way down the spine. It's all right if there's a little bit more blue in there. Okay, on the tip of the tail. Let's do the edges of his feet here. And let's go around this area here, and where else? Let's go around maybe the eyebrows and right there. Okay, so we'll call it quits on that. That's all the purple that we want. Got a little bit smudged over there onto his leg. We can always come back and hit that with a little bit more blue if we want. Although it's going to be hit with green too, so just maybe a little bit more blue. There we go. Alright, and maybe a little bit more blue right in there. Kind of blend it so it looks kind of purpley. Yeah. Already looks pretty. Alright, so now the next color is this, let me see what I got here. Yeah, okay, so this is, what is this? This is Dazzling Metallics Crystal Green. And I think it's all dried up. Yep, all dried up. I'm just going to peel this out of there. I love these little cups because they're so reusable and they preserve it for quite a while. So here we go. We'll just add some more in here. All right. And they're very easy to hold. You can hold this and then hold whatever you're working in, and then you have a dipping well for your ink, for your paint. So it works out really well for me. I want that to look like it's blending right into the blue and then the purple. So really a lot of color in there. And I'm not really concerned about getting it full 100% coverage. I want some of the blue to show through. So I want to influence that. Don't necessarily want to cover up the purple though. I want that to be blended in there. Okay, so then the next color is, well, no, we got to get his face here. Okay. This usually goes pretty fast. Okay, the next color is this festive. I think it's festive. Yeah, a festive green, dazzling metallics, festive green. This is kind of an unusual, bright yellowy color. And it's all dried up. Let's just dump some more in there. Not quite dried up, almost. Can't peel it out yet. Come on. There we go. All right. So, there we go. And we're going to just cover the... This is very much dry brush. Don't want to cover all the green, but we want to just kind of accent it up a little bit. Get the idea? Yep. Okay, so I'm thinking that around his mouth area, that would be a lighter green. And back here somewhere, that's going to be a lighter green. Maybe when we're looking at his shoulders, that's a little bit too much. Yeah, his shoulders and maybe up in here a little bit, around his knee area. Same thing on the other side here. I just want to show variance. Nature is never one color. It's always a multitude of different colors, so show a lot of variance. And that's what he's going to look like. He's taking on that iridescent look now. But there's still more colors to come. And the next color is, what is it? It is Dazzling Metallics Royal Ruby. It's a coppery color, but I like this Royal Ruby and specifically because it's a redder color. And we're going to take this, all dried up. We should put some more in there. All used up, I should say. All right, there we go. Just a little dab. All right. So now, wherever we have purple, we're going to kind of blend this color up into it. And definitely a dry brush technique. Let some of that purple stay on there. Don't want to cover it all up. Just kind of blend it up into it. And along the spine here, start at the skull here, come on back. Right on around. Just kind of blending that color in there. Around the tail maybe. Around the feet. These eyebrows here. I don't know what these side bony things are, but around that. And around the feet there a little bit more. Let's come up on the wings just a little bit more. Get that blending going. Don't want to have any, like, you don't want to a cutoff. You don't want a definite brush stroke appearing. You just want to kind of blend it. There we go. All right, maybe that's a little bit too much of a cutoff there on the tail, so I'll blend that out a little bit more. Oh, look at him. He's looking really great. All right, so the next color is a lighter metallic bronze. And this is, where is it? Yeah, it's right here. It's Anita's all-purpose metallic bronze. I favor this color. Suppose you could use a gold if you didn't have that color. This time we're not going very heavy at all, just kind of come over the top of that. This is an accent color. So over the toes, not all the way up into the toes, just on the tips of the, the claws. And around the eyebrow a little bit. And right there on the edges. Okay, so now we need to get the eyes. So I'm going to switch brushes to a little delicate, more pointy brush here, finer brush, and I'm going to go in for the eyes here. So I'm just going to cover the whole eyeball there. I don't think there's any point in putting a pupil here. I want him to look just like that. He's a dragon. I suppose I could try to do a black pupil there, but that would be, it's going to take a lot of time. So, no, not interested. Okay, next color is black. And we just want to cover the horns in black. You could do a black pearl, but I don't know, just depends. You could do a black pearl here so that it would be kind of metallic, black, dazzling metallics, black pearl. But this shiny black, glossy black will look great. And we are done. I mean, that was simple, wasn't it? Look at him. Okay, now the only thing left to do is to completely coat him with the Krylon 1303. I do that downstairs in the paint booth because it's an obnoxious smell, and I want to make sure that I don't inhale any of that. So that's it. That's how you paint a little green iridescent metallic dragon. I like him, don't you? Thank you.